here comes the new episode of the long-awaited Check My Reg. This is the fourth video and I will be presenting now the fourth HPA GBBR system I developed. And so far we had the VFC HK416 or AR-15 type of guns, we had the VFC HK417 type of guns, and we had the WE HK416 or AR-15 type of guns. And now there came a time for the next one in the family, which is the SR25 type from VFC. So here we come. Basically the conversion and the way how it functions is exactly the same as in all the previous conversion I did. So what you see is a gun that has to be a GBBR. Yeah, let's close this. As we know, GBBRs are generally cool and everybody likes them. Everybody loves the recoil, the real behavior, real steel accessories that fit. Everything is like a dream apart the fact that your GBBR probably does not work. Well, maybe it works in some environments, but in most conditions, like for example here where I live, where we have a winter that is cold, I am limited to playing with a GBBR only in the good summer weather, and I cannot build a DMR GBBR because the power output is too dependent on the atmospheric conditions, which basically to me means it doesn't work. For this reason I developed this system. The general information about the system you can find also in the other videos, but for those who did not watch them and are interested mainly in the SR25 family from VFC, I will repeat the basics, how it works. The conversion is mounted in the magwell of the gun and the hose is routed through a custom 3D printed trigger guard into the pistol grip where the hose lives through the end. Theoretically, it would be also possible in some grips to route it through this tab here on the rear, but so far I did not do any such build, maybe in the future. Of course, because the gas tank right now is in the magwell, it requires a special magazine with a cutout so that you can actually insert this into the gun. The magazine is fully 3D printed and it provides you also the bolt catch function. So if you reload the gun, you see that the bolt locks back. I can release it now and it's fully functional. So it's not an AG magazine. I don't like these solutions that exist where you can use an AG magazine and basically what you get is not a GBBR that works like a real gun. You get something like an AG with a blowback and a little better trigger function. I want the whole thing, I want the whole functionality. In the SR25 type you can see there are two magazines. Actually this is called FMAG 762 FR25. It looks like this, it's pretty big. It has the real capacity of 25 rounds that can be blocked inside of the magazine, or the maximum capacity of 58 rounds. Very big magazine, nice and big capacity. There are also these basic mags. This is a combination of the size of the real steel box magazine and the shape, the one that everybody knows and likes. I figured out it makes no sense to print a magazine in the shape of a steel magazine, and I don't like these magazines with 20 rounds capacity that are much longer for the SR25, because when you put them in a gun on a bipod like this one, they lift the gun up and you need to raise your bipod up in order to be able to shoot a little higher, which I don't like. So with these nice short magazines you get a real capacity of 20 rounds that can be switched to a maximum capacity of 40 rounds. As I said, these magazines are fully 3D printed and you can print them yourself. Only some metal parts, obviously like screws and springs, you need to take from some hardware store. All those will be published soon. Also, the exact way how to mount this conversion to your gun will be published soon, so stay tuned for more information. In the upcoming video where I will convert the gun, I will also show some information regarding how it can shoot in the stock. As all VFC guns, the SR25 are very airflow consuming, so you must make sure that you are providing enough airflow from some kind of high flow regulator of any type. I recommend the Redline Mini SFR or SFR because basically I get the best results with them on all of my HPA GBBRs. My guns are already modified. I can tell you that with the use of Redline Mini SFR regulator and 140 psi, they can reach up to 5 joules or even more with proper BBs, and as I said already, after some tune-up, the gun out of the box with proper regulator, it can shoot more than 3 joules, so I believe this is enough. Most of the arenas and games anyway that do not allow that much output for a DMR. And as you know, this gun has no full auto, so it has no rate of fire. The rate of fire depends purely from your trigger finger. Apart from the real steel functions that we get, obviously HPA is completely resistant to all conditions. So you can set up the gun like here in room temperature, then you can shoot it in any temperature you want. If you go in the winter to shoot on the minus temperature, it will work exactly the same, giving you the same output. If you will go to some summer event where it's hot, it will be the exact same output and consistent shooting. Or even if you go to some 24 hours milsim event where in the night it will be much colder than in a day, the gun will work exactly the same regardless of all those parameters. Okay, I said that the chronoing will come, and for now, to make this video a little more interesting, we will do some shooting. Before connecting the HPA, always check that the gun is on safe, because if the gun is on safe, it means it's reloaded. If you will connect the pressure to a gun that is not, the gun will automatically shoot because the valve, which is mounted to the conversion inside, is open. Some more information before we start to shoot. The maximum pressure that we can apply to the conversion is 140 psi because we are using the main valve from the magazine, which is rated from the green gas, which actually is a propane, and the propane pressure at 30 degrees is more or less 140 psi. Theoretically, the conversion will take more. The valve is the limitation, so I don't advise going higher than this, especially because you have some tolerance on your regulator, so the fact that on the manometer you have 140 psi does not really mean that it's 140 psi in reality. It can be, depending on the regulator, a little more, a little less, so you don't want to overstress your conversion. Probably if you go to 150 it won't explode immediately, but it will wear out quicker and basically you will damage it sooner or later. I have my pressure and let's see. First without the magazine. Now I will take this SR25 type mag, and the magazine is obviously empty. And you see that the bolt catch works. So let's release it. Yeah, beautiful. You can release the bolt catch also with the charging handle. And just for some more fun, let's try the shorter magazine. Beautiful. So you see that this conversion is fully functional. Soon there will be more information coming. Some sneak peek was released last week. The next week I plan to release the assembly video, and then there will be some more information regarding the SR25 types guns from VFC in general. The conversion will fit to all SR25 type guns or AR10 type guns from VFC that are available on the market right now. Also the older ones like the SR25, SR25ECC, M110K1 as you see, M110 SASS, all of them will work. Thank you for your attention. Be sure not to miss those upcoming videos I mentioned already. So in order to not miss them, the best is to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can also give me a like or comment if you like the video and share your thoughts, because I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. So I'm very curious to learn what you think. And remember, as always, may the power of GBBR